Welcome back, everyone, to Ferris State Women's Basketball post-game coverage. Rob Bentley and Sandy Golston with you, joined by the head coach of the Ferris State Bulldogs, Kurt Westendorp, after a big win here today. Got to be pleased with the way your team bounced back here this afternoon.
It's a huge character win for us. You know, we've had a tough week. You know, anyone that's been following us knows that dropping those two heartbreakers on the road, you know, lots of teams can kind of go and kind of get sorry for themselves, and they can start to have things go the other direction, but this team has a lot of character. And that's what you saw out there today, is a team that played with a lot of character, a team that played for each other. Really couldn't be more proud of an effort. You know, it was a little bit of a crazy basketball game. It wasn't the prettiest of things, but we did what we had to do. We got back to our identity a little bit and really played well together.
Obviously, you had four players in double figures, but maybe talk about the one player that wasn't in double figures, Adrian Anderson, the job she did defensively on Kate Sherwood.
Let me peek at the stat here real quick and see what Sherwood ended up with. She got a bunch late, 7 points total. She had 0 at half. I know that much. You know, and that was a kid that scored 25 against us at our place when we didn't have Adrian. So, like, you can see the big difference that she is up and down the court. I don't know if I took her out 1 second. I think her and McCartney, other than when she fouled out, were playing pretty much the whole game, because Sherwood was the same thing. She wasn't coming off the court a whole lot either. So, just a great job defensively by Adrian. She moved the ball really well on offense, too. You could tell that it's kind of a matchup back and forth, because Sherwood's one of the better defenders in the league that we're going to see to be able to stay in front of Adrian. So, really, that was a great matchup going both ways. They both probably held each other under their season averages, you know, which is really, it's just a great competition that we have in the GLIAC to get two such good players that can play both ends of the court so well.
Obviously, you said coming in, rebounding was going to be a big emphasis, and your players, even when you didn't get the rebound, really made Wayne State work for some of those rebounds at the offensive end.
Yeah, we just had to make sure that we weren't trying to rebound and think rebound when the ball's coming off the rim. You're thinking rebound when that person's up in the air shooting the basketball, trying to do a good job early. And, you know, we still lost the rebounding war, but we knew we probably could. You know, but you look at second chance points, 6-3. All right, 6-3. So the more opportunities that they got, they really didn't capitalize on a whole lot of them. But I thought all our post players, they worked really, really hard, you know, save for a couple possessions where they were going to get us. But, I mean, there's 80, 90 shots going up in a game. You got to try to rebound. I mean, you're not going to get them all, but you got to make sure that you're getting our goal percentage.
Obviously, Zoe Anderson had a big game for you offensively, able to knock down some shots. We saw Kaden Blanchard really come on in the second half and knock down some big shots as well for you down the stretch.
Yeah, we really needed that one from Zoe late, right in front of the team bench. You know, it was one of those where you started to think about, okay, you're working the clock a little bit. You want to still play to win, not try to not lose. So we were trying to keep our offense rolling a little bit, and the ball moved really well. She had a good look. I thought we had a couple other good looks in the last 3 minutes that didn't go down. But the three that Zoe hit right there, it was big time for us. And Kaden, probably at the beginning of the fourth quarter, starting to get a couple of those little mid-range, short to mid-range shots. She was able to knock those down too.
How much confidence does this give you after a couple tough losses in the fourth quarter here on the road this week to come back and get this one here and really play well down the stretch?
It's big time for our confidence, just in the fact that, like, we're trying to look at this last round of conference as, you know, it's 10 one-game seasons. So this was, I think, the second of those 10 one-game seasons. Not trying to let, you know, last night's game or Monday night's game, that doesn't affect what we do today. So this group, they came together and had a good practice on Wednesday before a loss on Thursday. We had a decent practice here last night. So again, that goes to the character of the group, that they keep showing up every day, giving their best effort, because we know we're going to be in every single game. We have too much talent to not be in every single game. But we also know that we got to do things right down the stretch that we didn't take care of earlier in the week. So I don't really think our confidence has waned a whole lot, but it's definitely nice, and the bus ride's going to be a lot more fun when you go home with a win than if you go home with a loss. I can say that for sure. So we're going to enjoy this bus ride back.
Speaking of going home, 3 straight games here on the road. How excited are your kids going to be just to be back at home, a little more of a normal schedule here next week?
It's going to be nice not to be on the bus for a little bit. I feel like we've lived on that bus, and I shouldn't complain too much because they're shorter trips for us with our geography. But it's going to be nice to get back in front of the home fans, you know, playing the Grand Rapids rivals again, getting Davenport to come to our place, getting GV. You know, I'll start worrying about GV a little bit, you know, after we're getting done with Davenport. So that's where our focus is going to be. We got to get better a little bit Monday and Tuesday, then get focused on Davenport because they can play some good basketball. They played us really tough that first game. So it'll be nice to get back in Wink Arena in front of our own fans.
Obviously, you wrap up the month of January here today with a win, and big month of February coming up for your team.
Yeah, and like I said, we know it's a big month. We know a lot of the things that will be surrounding our team. Eventually, regional rankings will come out, and we're going to be in the conversation for that. But there's a lot of things that are outside of our control. I can't control who's beating who in the conference. All we can do is just look at the next game and really try to focus on ourselves. And we have to play with that competitive urgency. You know, we got to play with togetherness, and we got to have attention to detail. Like, those are our 3 things that we're really trying to focus on. And no matter who that opponent is, all right, if we do those things well in the end, when February is done and we get going into March, I think we got enough talent to be in really good position.
Coach, congratulations on the win. We'll talk to you again next Thursday.
All right, thank you. And sorry for skipping out on my interviews the last couple games. I do come do interviews even not just after wins or losses, so sorry I missed out on you the first couple times.
Hey, no problem at all. Thanks for the time.
All right, thank you, Rob.
We'll be back before